It is the holiday season, and Pitt County Animal Services is celebrating by bringing back its Home for the Howladays fostering event. Amarachi Uche is live outside the shelter after speaking with a worker there as well as a volunteer before that program starts next week. Amarachi?
Yeah, Dave, the animal shelter here is looking to get into the holiday spirit by giving the dogs and cats here homes. Now, the goal of this foster program is to get the dogs and cats in the shelter out of the shelters, hoping it leads to them finding a new family. It's not the sound of the usual Christmas carols filling these halls, but at Pitt County Animal Services, festive dogs and cats are jumping for joy as a yearly fostering event is set to kick off.
The season of giving, you're giving this dog a break from here, and that's so important.
The Home for the Howladays foster program gives pets a much-needed break from shelter life during the holidays. Beginning next Friday, Pitt County residents can open their homes to the many dogs and cats here and give them a peaceful place to stay for a few weeks.
They have a good life here, but they're in a cage, so we're very limited. This gives them a chance in a home to figure out a little bit more about them.
Mike Hanley has volunteered at the shelter for more than 3 years. When Home for the Howladays comes around, Hanley says he sees a difference in the animals' mental health after being out of the shelter for 2 weeks.
And they're able to get love from the family, and you know, they're living in a place where they're going to get fed and they're going to get, you know, loved on, and you know, that is so important to them.
With all of the supplies from food, bowls, toys, and blankets provided at no cost to those who foster, the giving spirit in the air at the shelter will soon make its way into homes.
It gives people a chance to feel good. I mean, you're giving this dog a chance that never had one before.
Now, pickup for the fostering program begins on December 18th and runs through the 22nd. And Kay says she'll make sure that everyone finds their perfect fit. Reporting live in Pitt County, Amarachi Uche, WITN News.
All right, thanks, Amarachi. Foster parents may return or adopt their foster pet on Friday, January 2nd.